Over the past 8 years, CBS News has shown how the front seats in cars, minivans, and yes, SUVs, rather, can fall back when vehicles are hit from behind. As this tape shows, dozens of children are killed every year because of this, but the government car seat regulations have not been updated since 1967. These pictures tell the story. In response to our reporting, Congress ordered federal regulators to improve those safety standards. Now, as Kris Van Cleave reports, the top auto safety agency has failed to do it, putting even more children at risk.
Taylor Warner was just 16 months old when the family minivan was rear-ended. The force of the crash caused her father's seat to collapse backwards, similar to this crash test, colliding with Taylor, killing her, despite being strapped in her car seat.
I didn't want my daughter to die in vain, and I'm going to go to the end of the earth to make sure that this is taken care of.
November marked 13 years since the accident. Andy and Liz Warner hoped that heart-wrenching anniversary would finally come with some relief. A new regulation making vehicle seats stronger, but the nation's top auto safety regulator missed its congressionally mandated deadline.
As a mom, it just makes me angry. Every day I put my kids in the car and I worry to this day, because you don't know, it could happen again.
We found crash test after crash test after crash test showing what can happen when a seat collapses. But every single one met or exceeded the federal strength standard dating to 1967. And so does a banquet chair.
200.
Safety advocates estimate nearly one child a week dies in this kind of crash.
It shouldn't require an act of Congress to get them to act on regulation. We shouldn't have to wait for people to die to take action.
National Transportation Safety Board Chair Jennifer Homendy.
There are recommendations on recommendations upon recommendations that the NTSB has issued over and over and over again to NHTSA and others, and there hasn't been action. That tells me you're not serious about safety. So get serious.
I'm going to turn up the heat on NHTSA.
Massachusetts Senator Ed Markey led the effort in Congress, passing legislation as part of the 2021 bipartisan infrastructure bill, giving the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration 2 years to draft a new strength standard.
Why is it this hard to get something done up here?
It shouldn't be hard. This is actually very simple. We're not trying to put somebody on a mission to Mars. We're just trying to make sure kids in the back seat are protected.
Markey and Connecticut Senator Richard Blumenthal are among 10 senators now demanding answers.
Frankly, I'm going to the President of the United States, and I'm going to say, you don't want this agency to be delaying and dallying when kids' lives are at stake.
NHTSA told the senators it is proceeding as expeditiously as possible and plans to publish a proposed new seatback regulation in the coming months, according to this letter sent days before Christmas obtained by CBS News.
What are you going to do about this auto safety regulator missing key deadlines like this?
When it comes to safety, the one thing that matters more than doing something in time for a congressional deadline is doing it right.
Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg.
Every week that goes by, safety experts believe another child loses their life. Why can't this get done faster?
NHTSA has to make tough choices every day because literally everything they do involves life safety. They have limited resources to deal with dozens of overlapping requirements and mandates.
But for the Warners,
it needs to be fixed, and it needs to be fixed now.
Each day they wait is another reminder of a life cut short 13 years ago and countless more that could be saved. For CBS Mornings, I'm Kris Van Cleave in Washington.
Look, I got 2 car seats in the back of my car, and ever since we started covering this, every time I stop at a light, I think about whether I'm going to get hit from behind because of this issue.
Yes.
They got to move quicker.
They have to. They have to. It's scary stuff.
And it doesn't seem like it's a difficult fix. That's the thing. It doesn't seem like... God bless the family that's sharing their story. It's heartbreaking that the way they see their daughter now is to go to the gravesite when maybe this could have been prevented.
We're talking about a death a week estimated
makes no
until
sense.
this problem is fixed.
Makes no sense.
Ugh.